start with the great name of Allah, who's the Master of Master and the King of King. I'm No0r Mustafa Bal0ch, final year BS 2017, and uh, this is a subject of operating system, which our teacher is Professor Asif Ali Jamali. So before I start my video presentation, I always used to say, "Qala Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli." So this video is basis of during a current COVID-19. So in that situation, we have a video presentation. So here we go. Introduction, operating systems, which we discuss topics. Today we discuss a topic in operating system. First, what is operating system, and second one is how computer system structure. That means what is a computer structure. Then after one, third one is a process concept and scheduling, first come and first serve, synchronization, dialogue, then synchronization. So here is now we discuss these topics in a detail, how it's performed, what's a benefit in a daily life, and how operating system when we one touch when we click on a keyboard, or for example I click on A, then what's the inside process of A, how the operating system works inside the A, and how many programmings are used during in one click program. So here we go. So our topic is operating system. So in our own mind, we say by what is an operating system when we think in a deeply, when we go in a deeply. So we observe this by what is operating system, what is operating system, and how it works, and how many process during one take the operating system inside the process. So usually people also say by when we during work, then behind this work, how operating system work. So operating system are that acts as in immediately between a user of computer and the computer hardware. So the computer is a relation between, now there is a relation between user and operating system, because without user the operating system isn't work. So when user perform some work, then computer operator, computer hardware is starting start the working. So first execute user program and make solving user problem easily. So when user click on some application or whatever he works in during in this PPTs or a Word, Office Word, then execute when they are programming, they are execute, the user easily find their problem, easily find their problem which user performed. Then make the computer system convenient to use. That means now computer system is convenient to you now. Now he said order me, and I will respond to you. This is a relation between a user and software operating system. Use the computer hardware is in an efficient manner. That means okay, when user computer hardware because operating system isn't work in all normally says this is a disconnect. Operating system is a totally unuser because computer hardware is a very important about us operating system. First, operating system need a hard drive. Which operating system depend on a hard drive? There are where operating system is a process. Then second one is Windows applications, apps, or you can say there is a Microsoft Office or so many apps during in an operating system. But without hardware, operating system isn't work because hardware, which is the most important, hardware is operating the in a system or process the operating system where we perform some application. Then operating system is also related in a monitor, which is our output display, and where we print out. This is also related in a operating system. That means that printer need operating system. Without operating system, printer isn't work. Then we need a mouse and keyboard. Then we perform the one click. Now here's the mention in a keyboard. When we click on a one button, then what's the behind the process of one button? Now let's discuss. Now, now I'm clicking example. Now I'm clicking a K letter. Then K letter, user easily click on K. Now what's behind the reason? When we click on this, then binary number is converting because the computer system is understood a binary language. Then binary language is in the convert into normal language. So when we click on the K, then during this process, software operating system are try to understand which user command me. Then binary number is processed on this. During this process, binary system totally understand. Then operating system respond the uh, a response to the user whereby you click on the K letter. This is your order. So this is how operating system work. This is whole relationship of in a whole monitors in the application. These on and are operating system which are related in Windows. So what's the computer system structure and how it's structured about this one when process the behind the process, and which features which hardware features are work. So computer system can be divided into the four components. Hardware provides the basic system, which are CPU, memory, input device. These are main work features in a hard drive. Operating system control and coordinates uses of a hardware among various application and user. Application program define the ways in which the system resources are used to solve the computer program of user. There, for just suppose word process compiler, web browser, and database system, and video games. And user, people, machine, or other compiler. That means that people, user, once he order to command the system, then he responds. This is totally depend on user. So how four devices are works in components. So first is a system which we call a CPU. Then CPU related on a disk, controller, USB, and display adapter. Now these are in a bus, which we call in a bus. Now what's the behind the process? The behind the process that when you open it on, then you first click on a CPU. Then disk controller, which is the related in on a disk drive. Then disk drive is connected in a memory, which is a most useful memory, which is a temporary user or temporary storage in memory. And then USB controller, which is connected in two USB buses. One is a mouse and second one is a keyboard. Then second one is, then other device link goes to a display adapter, which is connected in a LCD or monitor. So these are four devices works in a proper way, which are CPU, disk controller, USB controller, and display adapter. These are fully controlling these features. Now, what is the process of concept? An operating system executes a variety of programs, which are batch system, that means job, timeshare system, user program or talks. Textbook, user the term job and process almost interchangeable. That means K textbook you can change easily during the during this process. And process, a program is execution. Process execute must progress in sequential fashions. That means when you process behind, when you work on this, that means your process, your CPU performs very well. A process includes program controller, stack, and data section. Now here is the process states how process of work. When I'm giving earlier example, when I click one button, then how is performed? First, new I'm command one. ठीक है ना? When I command the CPU, then it's performed. Then it's the during this one is the perform, is under in a progress. Then scheduler click to this ke bhai this is this or is this which he command this program, which he use this key and how we responded. Then in that condition, running is the terminate, which means k is a done. Then process, then he commands the wait and then interrupted, then it's a ready. So this is how a process state works inside the process. Now process control block, which we call in short form PCB, a process control block, is a data structure used by a computer operating system to store all the information about a process. It is also known as a process descriptor. Information in the process control block is updated during the transition of process state. So, which are process state? First, you enter this number, then is in a now is in a progress. Now, then second is the process number, and then one is he counts the program. Then register, which is a temporary memory in a register for a temporary. When your PC is suddenly shut down, then register store your data. Then you open it and then turn it on, and then your data is in or temporarily stored in a register. Then second one is a memory limits, which is and list of open files, which is the memory limits, how many program files open in at a time. This is the limit. Some process, when you open the program, open the new files, browser, and under some works, then sometimes when old process and old core eyes, then little bit memory limits are hanging. They're starting in a hanging to a process operating system. Or nowadays, the memory limits are too good because of a process Core i7, Core i9. This is a new generation of processors. Now, what is a scheduling? In computing, scheduling is the method by which work is assigned to resource that complete the work. The work may virtual computations elements such as threads, process or data flow, which are in turn scheduling onto hardware resources such as processor, network links or expansion. This is a scheduler. So, what's the types of scheduling types? So, scheduling types is that long-term scheduler and short-term scheduler. Now, what's the works of these terms? So, first we discuss a long-term scheduler. Long-term schedule selects the specific program which is current state on process, how much and how much time he take. The long-term scheduler is to decide to which program to select and process. That means if you open I think when you open 3 files or 4 files, then one program is under process and second is in under process. That means ki is in a program is in a waiting list. Then long-term scheduler, what's his works? This work is that ki which program we select, which we program select, and how in which state we long term, or why some programs is too high and no, and another program is at low. When long-term scheduler thinks why this one is a best, then he select this file and process this. This is a process of a long-term scheduler. And second one is this short-term scheduler. Now, what's the behind the process of this short-term scheduler is process that when you are process, then he choose in a current situation by which is in a now be input to go in a memory, and he order into this. Now this one short-term scheduler is decided by this one is a correct program, and further he process this. Now this file is ready, then your program is on your display on your screen. This is a long-term schedulers and scheduler types. Now what is a first concept, which in short form is FCFS. Scheduling algorithm simply way schedules the job according to their arrival time. The job which comes first in the ready queue will get the CPU first. The lesser the arrival time of the job, the sooner will the job get the CPU. Now this means is that first come first serve means first arrive and first gain. This is a main thing which process in FCFS. Now this is the FCFS is process. Now P0 is the arrival time is a 0 and execution time, that means takes the time 5 and serves time 0, and P1 exit arrival time 1, that means K arrival time, that means कि one step one step he forward, then he execute the time too little, better than P0 3, and service time 5, and P2 arrival time is 2 and execute time is 8 and serve time is 8. This is a process of FCFS, first come first serve. That means if you come first, then you perform very well. If you come after, then not well, get very well. Now what's the synchronization? This synchronization process, synchronization means sharing system resolved by processor in a such way that concurrent access to shared data is handled, thereby minimizing the chance of inconsistent data, maintaining data consistency, demand mechanism to the ensure synchronized executed of a cooperative process. Now synchronization means to sync the data. When your data is on your mobile phone and WhatsApp saying that you should be signing your data. If you didn't use signing data, signing means to upgrade, to update the data. If you didn't update your data to on your WhatsApp or Drive or so many drives, OneDrive, Samsung Drive, then if you didn't update your drive, then your data, when your WhatsApp data is added, then you reinstall it, your data is totally disclosed, totally deleted. So the synchronization Synix works is there to sync the data, to sync to each step behind the process in mobile phone, especially this sync is work in especially in mobile phones. This sync is to sync the every data. When you open the YouTube, then you sync the time, which time this app is open and which time this open is closed. So this is work for a sync. Now here is a waiting for sync. Now 2 is on a process and E and D is on a waiting. That means C is in a completely process and 0 is not in non-process, in critical, and then waiting situation ED, when the C and 0 O and C is complete, then ED is signing. This is a critical region. So a deadlock is a situation in which two computer programs sharing the same resource are effectively preventing each other from accessing the resource, resulting in both program and caching to function The earliest computer operating ran only one program at a time. This a deadlock. So this is the anatomy of a deadlock. Now this one below is the rod, green is the rod, and red is line is a rod. Now this is the totally road. Now one road is the block, two road is the block. Every That's meaning this is a cars. The cars is on a deadlock. So there's no any roads to go and here and there. That means one car and another car and another car. The whole car traffic is a jam. This is a deadlock. So, and yes, if you any queries or question, then comment on below on the description on my YouTube channel. And yes, don't forget to my YouTube channel. And thanks for watching me.